Welcome to one of my favorites, the Riemann Thomann model. Well, I like it so much because it pretty much saved my relationship with my partner. If I hadn't known and learned about this about 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't be with him anymore. So I hope to achieve the same for you. Now, Riemann and Thomann were actually two psychologists working in Germany in the 1970s. Mr. Riemann here, he was an expert on the research on anxiety. What triggers anxiety and stress in people? And then on the other side, what environment will give them a sense of safety? Now, Mr. Thomann was an expert in pair therapy. He looked at what do pair and relationship need in order to have a safe environment for both and have got good communication and good behavior. And these days, it's also used in the workplace. How can we achieve teams that work well together? Or as a manager, what is it that my team needs, depending on character traits of the individuals, in order to do their best jobs and in order to feel safe? All right, so let's start with the four traits, the four opposing traits and needs we all have in us. The first one here is the continuity person type versus the change type. Let's see. The continuity person is someone who loves processes. He likes to be the accountant or the experts in the field, doing the same things every day, following procedures, having a clear plan every week, every month, every year, knowing what to do. They love doing it and they feel safe in that environment. The change person, however, is the opposite. They prefer jobs where they can stay flexible, where maybe new things happen to them or new challenges is being thrown at them on a day-to-day basis. They also come up with new ideas. They're super curious and probably more outside the box than inside the box. Now, what happens when you throw a change person into a work environment that needs a continuity person? They now have to work inside the box. And guess what? They feel stuck. It gives them anxiety, not being able to be flexible, not to adjust any new things, not to come up with new ideas. And they will struggle. And the opposite happens when a continuity person is thrown into a work environment or a new job where they all of a sudden have to come up with new ideas, where new challenges are throwing at them every day. No, it's not going to happen. They will feel super, super stressed. Now, if you sit the assessment, what happens is that on this scale here, you will find how pronounced is your continuity person. We all have a bit of continuity in us. And then how pronounced is your change person? And you will find a dot here. Okay? Now, let's go to closeness person and distance person. So the closeness person here is the one who loves going to people. They love interaction. They like harmony. They're probably the ones writing the birthday cards or making sure to call you on your birthday. Even friends, you might have friends who always do that. Now, what they're not very good at is difficult conversations because it's disharmony and they will feel that they are then disconnected from a person, which gives them anxiety. They need to feel, I'm accepted, I belong. Working from home, being away from the team would be a really challenge for the closeness person. Distance people, quite the opposite. They don't care so much about birthdays. Very often not very high in empathy. Probably care more about outcome, structure and numbers, the strategist, the analyst. The looking at numbers, making sense of numbers, looking at bigger picture, and making the tough decisions that can hurt the individuals, but long-term knows it's better for everyone. Now, again, you will sit the assessment and you will get a certain how pronounced is my trait in distance and how pronounced is my trait in closeness. Okay? So, have a guess. When you have a team, you lead a team, which team members would you like to have on the team in order to do the best work? That's a tough one, right? Very often it happens that we recruit the people that are like us. Let's say we are a change and closeness person, like me, for example. I will find it hard and I won't connect as well with people that are distance and continuity traits. However, for the perfect team, if you work on a project, the answer is you need all four. Why? Because you need someone that has the idea and starts it. You need someone that then does the long-term plan, the strategy to make that idea happen. And then you need someone to actually do the work and go through each of the processes needed to action the project in the end. This person won't necessarily take it to the end. And these guys here make sure that everyone gels together. Make sure that everyone knows what is going on. Very important process here. It's the glue in the team. Often underrated, but it actually makes everyone feel accepted. And we know from Google, from the Google study, it's called the Aristotle Google study, if you want to look it up, what makes team most effective? It's that psychological sense of safety where everyone feels we can be who we want to be. And these closeness people will really drive that sense. Okay, let's go through some examples. My team asked Bob, who is a continuity person, hey Bob, do you want to come out for lunch today? And Bob goes, no. Team thinks he doesn't want to go out for lunch with us. Bob thinks, I wish they asked me next week because it's not planned yet. But today I can't go. I made a plan already. You see the differences there? Me and my husband. I asked my husband, can you take out the bin? He goes, no. I'm closeness, he's distance. I go, he doesn't want to help in the work. He doesn't want to help me with the housework. And I'll feel rejected. Now that I know he's a distance person, I have to say, Mark, can you take out the bin today? I give him a deadline, but he can make the decision when he's going to take action. Big difference. Now, it's still a challenge for me, but I know it's not meant against me. It's just how his brain works. You get it, right? There is a change in the organization. Restructure. Maybe a part of the business is being sold. What happens? Continuity person, OMG, all my plans don't work anymore. What is going to happen? What is expected of me in order to do a good job? What job is it that I'm going to be? The boxes certainly gets cracks and they get anxiety. How to help them is giving them regular updates and tell them what is going to happen when, what is expected of them. He still will find it challenging, or she, but the more information there is, the better, the more they can plan accordingly. The distance person, if that change makes sense to him, maybe he or she was even involved in it, they will run with it and they go, yeah, they're a little emotional. They go, oh, well, it's a rational decision. Now we got to deal with it. He or she would like to be involved in what is going to happen, like to have a long-term plan of the option to maybe go in or out, say what work they want to do. But overall, fairly okay. Change person, look, oh, there is a new opportunity. Oh, something else to adapt to. All right, I reckon we'll be all right. We'll make it work somehow. So they are probably quite good with it. And then the closeness person, they will really struggle if they feel their team is being torn apart. Because then their sense of belonging gets real big cracks. And they feel a disharmony, especially when they see other people being retrenched. Like, oh, Margaret is going to lose her job. Maybe she will never find another job again. And they go into, oh my God, worst case scenario for other people and take on their stress themselves, not knowing it's actually not their responsibility. But yeah, you can see how everyone needs different things, right? If we have a manager that is a closeness person, he or she would want to make sure that everyone is involved, everyone says yes. Sometimes tough decisions are not being made or they take too long. If you have a manager that is a distance person, low empathy, people might think he doesn't care about us and you don't feel safe. So what can these distance people do? They need some tools and actually need to make sure in the morning let's say we're still in the office, they go around the table and say, hey, good morning to everyone. Little things, they wouldn't do it, but they know they have to do it in order to make other people feel safe. And then they get used to it. All right, that's the Riemann Thomann model. I hope it gives you some good ideas for your own relationship or for work. I hope to see you again next time.